Then, when I was a stand-up comedian in my mid-20s, I was really struggling to put anything together, like really struggling to make a go of this as a career. Then, a comedian emerged whose material really spoke to me. But more than this comedian's material, his work ethic and working practices completely transformed the way I thought about stand-up comedy, turned my life and career around, and is a significant part of the reason that I am standing in front of you right now. And that comedian's name is Louis C.K. Fair enough. Absolutely proportionate. For those of you who don't understand why it sounds like I just punched half the audience in the stomach, Louis C.K. was a venerated American comedian who, in the autumn of 2017, was unmasked by the New York Times as the previously anonymous male comedian accused of masturbating in front of female comedians in comedy club green rooms and generally being sexually aggressive and coercive to women he was supposed to be managing. Now, these rumours had circulated with C.K.'s name attached in US comedy circles for years, and frankly over here as well, but in all that time there was no confirmation. Then, the New York Times released an article, and Louis C.K. responded with a statement saying every allegation contained within the article was true. And I'm reading this on my laptop, and I look over the top of it at my Louis C.K. DVDs, next to my complete collection of Woody Allen, next to my Bill Cosby greatest hits, and I think... Is it me? I don't think it's me, but it feels like it's me. Because if I'm honest with you, the Me Too movement's hit list is basically my DVD collection. Anyone want to know who's next? Come on round! Although I will say this, if it turns out Bob Dylan is a nonce, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. That is a guarantee. The thing about Louis C.K. is every other man who got swept away in the Me Too movement, my male friends were like, fuck that guy. But with Louis C.K., some of them tried to hold on to him. One of my friends said, well, it's not as bad as Harvey Weinstein. And your first reaction is, it's all bad! Stop playing top trumps with sex pests! It's all bad! Also, of course it's worse that it was Louis C.K. than it was Harvey Weinstein, because no one was a fan of Harvey Weinstein. No one went to watch Pulp Fiction and came out saying, that was a really good film. But what I really enjoy is how the finance came together. Oh, man! Some of the spreadsheets for this thing must have been on point. Another one of my friends said, well, at least Louis didn't rape anyone. Come on, lads, come on. I'm not saying we have to aim high, but can we please aim a little bit higher than, how was your Danish? Top 5, didn't rape anyone. Absolutely nailing it right now. And what Louis C.K. did really hurt me for two reasons. Firstly, on stage, Louis C.K. would espouse a broadly left-of-centre perspective, and it's a philosophy a tremendous number of his fans bought into. He would do material about how the greatest threat to a woman was a man, and the idea that he couldn't live up to those standards off stage is galling. And secondly, and the real reason that I'm upset is, I heard all of those rumours and didn't believe them, because I was a fan of the guy. And that is fucked up. And that is the real reckoning of the Me Too movement for men like me who think of ourselves as being good men. It's not enough to say, I don't commit sexual assaults. You have to look at your behaviour and consider whether you are contributing to an atmosphere by not believing the stories of victims that allows abusers to thrive, right? It's not enough to just say you're a male feminist anymore. You have to back it up with action. And listen, I say that I'm a male feminist. I think all men should say that they're male feminists, even though it's a hard thing to admit to, because I think we can all agree, as much as I am a male feminist, there is very little more conversationally irritating in modern society than an overly vocal male feminist. Oh my God, you don't run away from anyone faster at a dinner party than a man wearing a "This is what a feminist looks like" t-shirt. Oh, it's the worst thing I've ever seen. Oh, I may never sustain an erection again. Because the thing about male feminism is that it's great until it's not. It's like hummus, it goes bad like that. Because initially, I'm right, ladies, right? Initially, it's all great. The guy's an ally, he's an ally, it's great, it's great. Then he goes on about it a bit too much, and you say, maybe you should pipe down. Then he really goes on about it, and it feels like what he's been saying this entire time is, listen, ladies, let a man show you how to do feminism. Ladies, you've had a good go at feminism for 200 years. Let's get a man in there to put some shelves up and get some logic going. Can we get some logic on some shelves in feminism, please, ladies? Now, I said that on stage at a comedy club in North London. It's a very small room, 50 seats. There are a group of people on the left of me, a group of people directly in front of me, and a group of people on the right of me. And in the right and the back corner, where I couldn't really see her, there was a lady sat on her own. And as soon as I used the words male feminist, she did this. Woo! And I was like, oh, she's not gonna like this. So I finished the routine as I did it for you there. In the meantime, no one in the audience was looking at me. They were all just looking at the increasingly furious woman sat next to me. And after I finished the routine, I turned to her and said, "Madam, why did you woo that and then sit there looking furious?" And she said, "I think male feminism is brilliant." I said, "So do I. I'm a male feminist. I think all men should say that they're male feminists." And she said, "Well, here's the thing. If men like you make fun of men for saying that they're male feminists, they're not going to want to say that they're male feminists." And I said, "Madam, that is absolutely not my intention. You've misrepresented me. I'm not saying all male feminists are bad. Hashtag not all male feminists. I'm just saying that it feels like within the umbrella of male feminists, there are a few men in there that try and take leadership positions in the overall feminist movement, and that seems counterproductive in the long term." And then she said, "Well, I don't consider those men to be feminist." And then I turned to the rest of the audience and said, "Look, I think what she's trying to say here is..." Yes! 1-0 Kumar! What was that, madam? You don't think male feminists are the worst? Let me mansplain you why you're wrong. What a piece of shit!